Hi, I'm Joe Bressler and I'm a filmmaker based in Brooklyn, New York. I've been working in the industry for the past 10 years, and in the last couple of years, I've really shifted my focus to directing and making my own work. Part of that transition has included making spec work. Spec work is any project that you create on your own, specifically in order to attract new clients. A lot of times people will make work with a specific client in mind, maybe somebody that they love to one day work with, in order to impress them and attract their attention. Other times you might find filmmakers making work in a specific style they'd like to work in more often, but lack the experience to actually land the job. Spec work is made to attract more jobs by making films that filmmakers might not have a lot of experience in or examples of in their portfolio. The idea is that you would speculate what you think might make a good ad, and then you make the work without an assignment on your own terms and often on your own dime. What is the process of making spec work? Well, first you have to come up with an idea for the spec commercial you want to make. I recommend writing something super cheap to make that still either A, appeals to the brand you want to work for and solves a potential problem they might have, or B, defines a unique point of view that you feel like you'd like to get across in your own commercial work that you're not currently being hired to make. Then, of course, there's scripting, casting, location scouting, and all the pre-production tasks that come along with making any film work, which could be its own entire video. I'll link some of my production breakdowns down below. You can watch those for more insights on what it takes to execute an idea. Write something feasible to do on a very small budget since you are paying for this work yourself. I'd also recommend finding crew that are either personally interested in the work you're making, can gain knowledge from working on your set, are looking to meet new filmmaking friends, or that you can pay back with future jobs. What are some of the problems with making spec work? Making spec work often operates under the assumption that you know what problems your dream client has and needs to solve. And you can't predict that, even if you think you've got your finger on the pulse of the advertising industry. The other problem with making spec work is that it's super expensive to do well a lot of times, although that's not always the case. If you make spec work with a specific client in mind, you always run the risk of it being irrelevant to their needs and it costing you an arm and a leg. So should you even try? Do I think it's worth making spec work? Sometimes a job will come along that requires you to employ a technique or style that you've never tried before. I think this is a super good time to make spec work, especially if you think making it will help you land that specific job. If this isn't the case for you, and you're just looking to broaden your horizons, I think simply making work that fuels you creatively, whether it's a music video you make for a friend or a fashion film that you shoot your way, this is the way to go. Putting in the reps making work like this will help you define your unique voice as a filmmaker without tying you to a specific brand. It'll also show prospective clients, agencies, and collaborators what you're really capable of when you're able to execute your own creative vision. I go into more detail on this subject in my video about how to stand out as a filmmaker, which I'll link down below. That's all I have for today. If you like this video, please keep the discussion going down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.